champions, Arizona Unity, which has gone 5-1 so far in this tournament. They lost their opening game of pool play against JL3 Elite out of Texas. This team has swept through their competition to get here. They are 6-0 playing for a championship. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith alongside in a couple of moments. Thanks for joining us on USA Basketball's YouTube channel to check out the action. Again, this is the U.S. Open, but it's also part of the NCAA College Basketball Academy. It is 8 full days of basketball here at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. 4 days for the boys, and then literally starting tomorrow, it is 4 days for the girls. We'll have the girls' championships in the 9th grade and 10th grade classifications coming up for you on Monday morning. Let's meet the starting lineups for our two teams today. In JL Elite, based out of Houston, Texas. Arizona Unity, you can probably figure out the location. Here is the starting lineup for JL3 Elite. Shelton Henderson, Patton Pinkins, Nigel Walls, Jacoby Coles as well as, or Coleman rather, and along with Sebastian Williams Adams. On the flip side now for Arizona Unity. Arizona Unity down to 7 players, unfortunately, because of some injuries that they are dealing with. But it's a very talented roster for this Arizona Unity squad. Calic House, Cameron Holmes, Brandon McCoy, Caden House, and Jackson Richardson. Caden and Calic House, as high school freshmen, combined to score 41 points per game at their high school in Arizona. And Jackson Richardson plays for Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas. Perhaps you've heard of his dad, Jason, who played in the NBA for many years, played at Michigan State. And the House twins, well, their dad is like literally seated about 10 to 15 feet to my left. You may know him, Eddie House, that played for 11 years in the NBA, including winning a championship with the Boston Celtics in 2008. Pete Smith joins us now. Pete, what are your expectations here for game number 2?
Well, two great teams. Unity, as you mentioned, probably lost they did lose a game, but won their last 5. So you got two teams really playing on a roll. That always helps with momentum as you come into a game. I don't think fatigue will be much of a factor. They're used to this kind of schedule. Should be a great up and down game. We were talking to Jay Demings of USA Basketball before the game, and I just finished talking with him, and he's really expecting a really fun game to watch here.
Our coach for Arizona Unity, Corey Boswell, BJ Letcher. For JL3 Elite, David Mullen and Anthony Stevens. Our 10th grade championship. Thanks for joining us on USA Basketball's YouTube channel. JL3 Elite in white, the red and white look for Arizona Unity. And because a good chunk of these players will be high school juniors next year. Some will be high school sophomores. We have a few more, not college commits, but a lot more kind of college offers and frankly data on these players that are playing a year older. As John Lucas just walks by our broadcast location.
Boy, good defensive segment. Start out by Arizona, forced a really deep 3.
Had to shoot that because the shot clock was expiring. Shot was taken and missed by Patton Pinkins. Name is Al, goes by Patton. His father is an assistant coach at Ole Miss for Chris Beard, was at Texas Tech before joining Chris at Ole Miss. Patton's got offers from Cincinnati, LSU, Oral Roberts, amongst others.
I like the little cross there. You don't see that very much anymore. That's a little Butler-style basketball from state of Indiana, the Butler Bulldogs.
McCoy, after a bobble, misses a long 3. And the rebound corralled by JL Elite's Nigel Walls.
There's going to be some great intensity in this game defensively. Teams are going to get after it.
On the drive, shot blocked, and a foul will be called. That foul will go against Sebastian Williams Adams. Sebastian, well, has the attention of college coaches across the country. His offers, Houston, Kansas, Kansas State, LSU, Texas, A&M, as in both Texas and A&M, and Rice have all made an offer to Williams Adams, who is a junior to be at St. John's School in Stafford, Texas.
Good high post screen, but good defense there by JL3. Tough shot.
The fade that does not go. The rebound collected by Walls. Walls at 6'10".
Walls like a pogo stick too. I watched him warm up, Greg. He just up and down, springy.
Ball poked away at the other end. Is there a finish? No. Again, good body control by Williams-Adams. A 6'8" and 6'10" in the low block for JL3 Elite. Spot up wing three is good. Jacoby Coleman from Plano, Texas. He plays at Liberty. It's been offered by St. Louis and High Point as he knocks that triple down. So first bucket, nearly 2 minutes in.
Oh,
yep.
It's had a passing lane steal there. Really starting their offense out really deep on the floor. Going to be a perimeter jumper most likely, unless he can get to the rim, which he did.
Holmes had it stripped, able to collect. Just couldn't finish. Again, great length for JL3 Elite. Now in the run out, left hand, finger roll, left short. That was Henderson that missed it. Shelton 6'6" from Bel Air High School in Houston. Spot up three in the corner. Got that one for Arizona Unity. Basket is good by Cameron Holmes. Attends Millennium High School. He'll be a sophomore next year. Goodyear, Arizona.
Oh, good spin on the post. Didn't get it to him, but good spin by Walls in there to the post.
Turn left a little bit short that time by Walls.
They were trying to get him the ball. That was the call from the bench.
Oop. And that'll be out of bounds off of Arizona Unity. So has not been the sharpest of played games the first 3 minutes so far.
No, a lot of action, but not a lot of production when it comes to the scoreboard. But a lot of action. Both teams playing up and down hard, going fast, using their length.
I have seen signs in locker rooms before that says, do not mistake activity for achievement. Kind of where we are at this junction of the game right now. Let's talk about a couple of players that unfortunately you'll not see for Arizona Unity today. No Elijah Williams. You may know his dad, Monty, as the now head coach of the Detroit Pistons. Elijah's actually going to be heading to Detroit to obviously be with his family. Going to play at Brother Rice High School next year. Also, no Mapir Maker. He is here, 7 feet tall. Maybe you've heard of Thon Maker. That is his cousin. Mapir's older brother currently plays in the G League. On the drive, the runner does not go. That's Caden House of the House Twins. On the drive, off the window, score it. Bucket is good for Patton Pinkins. So Pinkins, again, was in Lubbock this past year. We'll see if he makes the move to Mississippi along with Dad. 5-2 for JL3 Elite.
Well, that ball's going all over the place, Greg.
Great.
Just not in the basket very often.
And they're going to call that as an offensive foul. Williams-Adams got a little extension of the arm.
Well, defensively did a nice job. That being Caden House of jumping in front of the ball there. He sold it very well. There was a little bit of a push. And if you're in front of the ball and there's a little bit of a push, you're going to make that call. If you're not in front of the ball, you're not going to get that call, I should say. Nice job by House defensively.
Christian Jones in for JL Elite. JL Elite has 8 players. Arizona Unity has 7. On the drive, left hand, left short. Shot taken and missed by Brandon McCoy. At the other end, Henderson. Henderson got fouled. And again, in a game where we talk seemingly less about height because of how we space the floor, it is noticeable that the lineup for JL3 Elite, as you see this drive to the bucket here, they are going 6'5", 6'6", 6'8", 6'10". And again, most of these young men will be high school juniors next year.
Yeah, yep, and that's why this is the championships. These are the best of the best players in the country. Not all of them have made it to this championship game. The teams that play the best get here, and obviously JL3 being 6-0 in the week, coached by McMullen and coached by Dave McMullen and Anthony Stevens, earned the right to play here against Arizona Unity.
Henderson goes 1 of 2. His first point. Henderson, LSU, Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, Houston, SMU, Rutgers. Amongst those that have offered the young man from Houston. Throw it up for Jackson Richardson. He and his older brother both play at Bishop Gorman. Been wearing his dad's number 23 from his days in the NBA. Dad played at Michigan State. His older brother, Jace, is looking into playing at Michigan State amongst other schools.
Token man-to-man pressure put on by Arizona Unity.
Mason McGee is in there now for Arizona Unity.
Late on the ball screen, cleared the baseline out. Good hands. Foul called on Cameron Holmes of the Arizona Unity team right there. On the floor, so it'll be out of bounds underneath the basket. Substitution, Michael Collins comes in for JL3. First appearance of the contest. 16-minute halves. We are at the 11-minute mark here of the first half. Not a lot of scoring, Greg, simply because both teams are playing really fast, almost too fast. A lot of turnovers so far.
Runner is up and good. Or does not go, excuse me. You're right. It's been back and forth, but it's been kind of slog offensively.
One more. Yep, made the extra pass.
Does not go. Get a loose change, been tough to pick up as well. Both teams guarding exceedingly well.
Too. Yep.
Offensive foul.
Yep, very consistent. He led with that right shoulder. Our replay crew on it right there. Oh, nope, we're going to clean up the floor. There's our replay. You see, not only did he leave the shoulder, he led with the head a little bit. He put that head down, so that gives the official an opportunity to really zoom in on what happened, and that was the foul.
So Brennan Peterson will check in. Scottsdale, Arizona plays at Notre Dame Prep. That's the extent of the bench for Arizona Unity. On the hesitation, slip it through, great recovery. That's McCoy, California native. At the other end, Cameron Holmes. Holmes has made a three already. Holmes has interest from Arizona, Arizona State, Dayton, Oregon, and Washington State. All looking at this young man who will be just a high school sophomore this coming year. So tied at 6 minutes in. Defender flies by, but I finally get to use the line walking in Memphis on a broadcast.
Mark Cohn?
I think he trademarked it. Hopefully he'll let me borrow it. Yes, good recall on your part. Song's only 32 years old.
Well, I'm double that age.
You and I are significantly older than 32 years of age. Sometimes make references for the parents that are watching the broadcast.
That's right.
So tied at 6. Our facility in the shadows of both the Liberty Bowl and the old school Mid-South Coliseum.
Arizona Unity with some good action there. JL3 switched all the handoffs, but they stayed through the cross-cuts defensively. Never got lost, but they did get called for the fouls. Subs back in.
Pinkins will check back in. He's got one of just the 2 made field goals so far. At the other end, lay it up and in. Bucket that time is good from Michael Collins. (8-6) our score. Collins from Pearland, Texas, and Shadow Creek High School. Shot missed, but the putback is there. That's Brandon McCoy. Bellflower, California, St. John Bosco, where he plays his high school hoops. Henderson for 3. That does not go. And there's Richardson.
A lot of dribbling, not a lot. Both teams trying to play downhill on the offensive end of the court.
Again, there is such, the athleticism clearly is off the charts for both teams.
Yeah.
But there is such length and size that JL3 Elite has. It's going to be tough for these finishes to go for this Arizona Unity team. And again, this is without players that are 6'6" and 7 foot. A little bit of a smaller lineup they are playing in this championship game today.
Yeah, and if they don't get transition going, you're spot on it. In transition, playing downhill, they're
76-73 in the semifinals yesterday.
That came down to the last possession of the game. Talking to a couple college coaches that watched it.
I had a chance to talk to one of the dads of Indiana Elite this morning as well, and talked about that contest.
Back screen, America's play, screen the screener, nothing there. Good defense there by JL3 to not give up a layup right out of it.
Shot clock is at 7, so it'll have to be quick. This is Mason
I'm not sure
McGee.
he knows it.
McGee dishes, and you're right, he didn't.
He did not. He did not. He was not in front of his bench, and obviously the JL3 group wasn't going to blare it out. Shot clock, shot clock.
And the one thing that's unique about this facility, and it's phenomenal, but the shot clocks are not above the rim. You kind of got to go old school NBA. You see it in the corner. You got to kind of know where it is.
Yeah. 16 courts here in the Memphis Sports and Event Center.
It's going to get a foul on Richardson. Just a nudge in the back.
Yeah, that's all it took.
As Nigel Walls went flying.
Referee showing him it's a spot, so he can't run the baseline.
Good collection of college coaches here watching this one. Michigan, Northern Illinois, Texas State amongst those that have an interest in this game.
Good take there. Sebastian Adams.
By Williams Adams.
Or Williams.
His first bucket. 5 different players have scored for JL3 Elite. And they lead it 10-8.
Good switch defensively.
The pull from 17 does not go, and Williams Adams will steer the loose ball to Christian Jones. Good find.
Whoa.
Thought that might be a goaltend, but our officials say no. Patton Pinkins was hoping that was going to be a goaltend as well.
Well, they were above the rim. Was the ball coming down? Was the arc coming down? But great athletic. Look at this athletic play here. Boom. I would say it was probably coming down, yes.
We had the benefit of replay.
Yeah, they do not.
Our 3-man officiating crew does not.
They did keep the ball on the possession, so get a chance to score it anyway.
Again, another good passing big. We saw that in the previous game. Leads to a triple as Pinkins got it to go. Like I say, Pinkins, that was a 2. And again, we're playing the college 3-point line, so let's notate that as well. A little more spacing is required from what you're used to.
Yeah.
Playing for these kids at a high school level.
Jamal Creation with a foul on the backdoor cut.
First time we have mentioned Jamal's name today. Jamal has interest from schools like George Mason, Lamar, and Sam Houston State, amongst others. And this is a who's who in terms of hoops for this age group.
And they are only rising juniors and sophomores out here.
Up and under, no. Caden House will shoot 2. So Caden and Callick, they will be high school sophomores. They led their high school to the state semifinals in Arizona last year. They went 25-5, and man, could their dad fill it up.
Yes, he could.
And he played at Arizona State, and then I think of him with the Phoenix Suns, but he won a championship with the Celtics in 2008.
Richardson checks back in now. He'll be getting in your screen right there on the free throw line coming up here.
For the House Twins, you know, again, being the son of an NBA player is usually enough of a basketball lineage, but let's mention uncle and grandfather as well. Henry Bibby, their grandfather, and Mike Bibby, their uncle.
Pretty good lineage, yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That's a little bit to pull from there.
Well, just a lot of open offense, Greg, in the half court. We saw, we did the 1500 championship, we saw a lot more scheming offensively and set plays. Here it's just kind of a flowing free offense, 5 out, no post play, which happens a lot in our summer basketball action. Tough shot, had to shoot it.
Yeah, had to go up, hustle for the loose ball. Who touched it last? JL Elite did. It was off of Christian Jones, the hustle by Brennan Peterson to get there in time. This has kind of been played like a conference game, Pete.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of how they have defended each other. Missed 3. Richardson had position. He got fouled. Won't get the bucket to go, but now he will shoot 2. Richardson was offered by Alabama last week. Also has a standing offer from UNLV.
Got raked across the left arm there. No pun intended, Greg Rakestraw, but he got raked there. Boy, neither team's making a free throw, that's for sure, dang it.
jump shots may have already gotten on the plane. These players will later today, but
to me, free throws are the easiest thing in the game. Just takes a lot of practice, a lot of stroking, but
missed him.
Struggling today. Yep.
0 for 4 so far, Arizona Unity from the line. And JL3 Elite with a 4-point lead, 10 minutes in. The pull from 16. No, but good job to pick up the loose change. There is a bucket for Walls. And again, that's where that height advantage kicks in for JL3 Elite.
I've been waiting to see Nigel Walls. That's only his second touch of the game in an offensive rebound. He had a post up earlier.
Peterson on the drive and had the ball knocked right back to him. He guarded by a 6'10 player.
Well, Walls did a good job staying low, not getting beat off the dribble.
McCoy the pull. Good job by House to track it down. Now McCoy in the lane and able to finish over the extended reach of Nigel Walls.
A good finish there by Brandon.
McCoy, his second bucket. The other end, we have a foul. And we have to compliment the array of managers that are here. When there is any sort of player on the floor of perspiration, you see this bolt of light flash across the court. And before you can think about it, said sweat has been wiped up off the floor.
Well, USA Basketball has put together a tremendous training staff, and they have a ton of people from their headquarters here, obviously with this being their national championships.
Well, if you want to get something done, you ask a collegiate basketball manager, because they always know how to find a way.
Yeah.
I know the Clemson staff is very well represented here today at USA Basketball and in Memphis. One for 2 goes Henderson. He is 2 of 4 from the line. That's where he's got both of his points. Just a 5-point lead. Holmes back in there.
Shooting it. He thought about it. He's still thinking about it.
He made one that I thought was a 3 earlier. It actually was again, it's a high school 3, not a college 3. It was a 2. Put back look does not go for Richardson. And eventually, Henderson will wrestle it out. He'll lead the break. He'll find a teammate. 3 for Jones. Got the friendliest of rolls.
Oh, God.
You would think he was from Memphis and not Katy, Texas, as that one goes down. And kind of like the last game, all of a sudden now, a little space to breathe. It's an 8-point game. Shot blocked by Henderson.
Blocked. Holy cow, great block. Make another pass. Okay, shoot it. Short.
3 does not go, but great block by Richardson. Great recovery. That was Walls that had it. He was stunned that somebody got to it, but then Pinkins now has 6. In the blink of an eye, Pete, it's a 10-point game.
It's a double-digit lead, yeah.
And again, with how much points have been on a premium, it feels like more.
Yeah, Arizona Unity just not able to score here. Just very stagnant in the half court. They've taken a few good shots, but most of them. And there's a good example. JL3, very active hands. They've made a number of steals. They're cheating off their guys a little bit because Arizona's offense just very lethargic, not getting anything quick. They want to play downhill and towards the rim, but if it's not in transition, JL3 has just stayed in front of the basketball very well.
McCoy averaged 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists a game. And I think John Bosco, as a high school player this past season, he misses a free throw, then a foul is called. Just the 16th foul against Arizona Unity.
Yeah, Jax Richardson got him.
And right now, Arizona Unity 0 for 5 from the line. See both these teams with the EYBL logo on their jerseys. You know, they've been playing against the top level of competition throughout the course of the summer.
So you had to earn to get in this tournament. Not everybody got in these championships. You had to earn points, had to win some big tournaments to get here.
At the basket, shot is good. That's Pinkins. Pinkins now with 8 to lead all scorers. Yeah, 24 teams competed in both the 9th grade and 10th grade division. This championship has been held since 2017. The pull does not go. Holmes misses from distance. Now in transition. 3 in the corner by Pinkins.
Timeout,
Rattles it home.
Timeout.
And you can tell that my partner coached high school basketball for 35 years. Is his inner monologue became his outer voice. And Coach, agree with you. It's timeout to be taken, a full timeout by Arizona Unity. And partner, it is a 15-point game.
Yeah, it's just slipped away. I will tell you, LG3 or JL3 has played wonderful defense. And at the other end, they finally got some transition going where they're getting easy open jumpers. And they're starting to get some mojo offensively there as you took a look at them getting to the bench there. And you see their staff working with their players.
Well, USA Basketball is the national governing body for basketball in the United States. USA Basketball responsible for the selection, training, and fielding of USA national teams, like, for example, the FIBA, like for you.
Well, it's wonderfully run and just great competition, great action as they help determine who's going to represent the United States in the Olympics and trying to develop the players, the concepts. You know, it's not easy because the other countries have played it a lot longer at the competition level that the United States has. So, but our women won the gold last Olympics, and hopefully the men and women will both have great outcomes next year.
Here's Mason McGee.
Pick and pop.
A 5-out offense. That is the norm these days, especially against a taller JL3 Elite. Square doesn't go. But the rebound collected by Arizona Unity. Just such length on the floor.
Yeah, they're just not, they can't get past their defenders. They can't even get underneath their armpits.
House.
Tough shot, had to take it.
More than contested three that does not go.
Shot clock is getting close, had to take it.
Jacoby Coleman will track it down. Henderson drives, fouled, and this may be the second consecutive game that you and I do this morning, partner, that will not be in doubt in the second half, because I'm not sure Arizona Unity gets it going here.
Well, in the intro, I really thought this game was going to be a close one, and it still may be, but right now, Arizona Unity just can't get any baskets to fall. Everything's contested defensively by JL3, and they just don't have any kind of movement.
Henderson misses. He's 2 of 5 from the line. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists in the victory yesterday against Pro Skills. That was the quarterfinal win.
He's a 50%er at the line. If I didn't know him before, 1 and 2, the 3 times he's been there, 1 and 2. So just look how high they're starting their offense. That's okay if you're trying to play downhill, but there they got a much needed basket there. Great drive by Kalick House.
Kalick gets his first bucket of the game.
Kalick, I said Kalick, my bad.
It's quite all right.
There's the drive, little continuation.
I'll kind of let our viewers know to some degree how the sausage is made in terms of how we spit factoids at you. There's so much information about the House family and hoops. It takes more than one trip to the free throw line to get it out. So I mentioned dad, I mentioned uncle, I mentioned granddad. How about their older brother Jalen, leading scorer at the University of New Mexico? Again, a more than talented family.
Get a good look at him.
And those two, they are playing in this 10th grade championship. They will both be freshmen, or sophomores rather, in high school next year.
Okay, that stopped the 10-0 run with a 3-point play by Kalick House. There, I got it right.
26-13. Little zone look here by Arizona Unity.
Yep, JL3's coach is saying, work the shot clock, get a good shot, don't need to take a quick one right now.
Little 2-3 matchup here.
Shot clock under 10.
Long three, Novin Henderson with the rebound. It is easy to see why with his athleticism. He is drawing a lot of big power school attention. House to House, a miss and a rebound and a foul will be called against Arizona Unity. So it's free throws at the other end.
Pretty good open shot that time. At least they did get an open shot. It wasn't contested. Pretty much the one and done the entire game. Arizona Unity not with very many offensive rebounds. Definitely in the single digits and not very many. JL3's had a couple nice putback opportunities. They played very well here. Once they got their offense going, tied at 8. That was the last time I can remember being tied, Greg. And since then, JL3 has just been the better team in this game.
So here's Jacoby Coleman. misses. And the rebound to Holmes. House able to recollect.
Good cut by Richardson.
Tip, no. And just such size for this JL3 Elite squad.
Ooh, I thought that was a double dribble there.
Give him credit for a bobble the first time.
A bobble. Okay, a muff.
There's a lot more leeway on that call than there used to be.
I agree.
You can say that with palming or carrying the basketball as well. Deep three, no. Rebound to House. The pull from 15, got it. Calic House, he's got 5. That now leads Arizona Unity. If you're Arizona Unity, if you can get a stop and a score going to break, so you can give yourself a chance at half number 2. But getting a stop is awfully difficult.
Yeah, they didn't get the stop
when
there.
Henderson at 6'6" and 213 gets downhill. Running the floor, shot block. Henderson got a piece of that. Rebound to JL3 Elite. They can hold
Nice
for one,
pass.
but why hold when you can go to the bucket? And fouled is Pinkins, and he will shoot 2.
Yeah, boy, nice job of distributing the ball. You know, you tell kids on a fast break to give it up when they can, but you want to make sure, 1, you get covered before you make the pass, and 2, just the timing to get it to your teammate. That was a real catchable pass. Make good passes. A lot of times on penetration, Greg, teams don't always kick out and get it to the shooting pocket. That slows the process up, and guys don't have open shots then by the time they gather it.
So the bucket is good by Pinkins.
Pinkins makes the first free throw here. Yeah, I'm a little surprised just how this game has gotten away from Arizona Unity, but they have just had, nothing has been easy offensive for them. Transition points, 2. 2 transition points is all I can remember them having.
Pinkins with 13, and kind of like Hayes in the previous game, not the flashiest guy, just knows where to be, knows where to finish. Holmes got it.
Yep.
That's about as easy a look in the half court as they've had the entire half.
Well, that wasn't really easy. Leaning to his right and shooting with his left.
Okay, it was,
but
the
I know what
first
you
one
mean, yeah.
where there was some bit of daylight.
There was daylight. I like how
him.
you said that. There was daylight there.
There's some, partner, I'm of the age where when you think Memphis, nothing against the Grizzlies, the grindhouse is tremendous. But I think of Memphis State of the 70s and 80s when I think of basketball here in this community.
Yep, the Tigers, the Flying Tigers, boy.
Well, here we go. Again, Arizona Unity in red. They trail by 15. Good take. Just couldn't go, but Richardson there to clean it up. Richardson gets his second bucket.
Okay.
By the way, was informed by one of the staff members of USA Basketball, a little inside knowledge. Richardson's getting ready to move to Florida, in fact, actually. So, an unfortunate loss for the Bishop Gorman program, but it'll be quite the squad they'll be playing for in Florida coming up this next winter. There's a chance of defense for the Arizona fans that are here. That's going to be a foul against McCoy. McCoy just kind of got his hand in the back that time.
He was holding him, yeah.
On Richardson.
Yeah, just had it wrapped around a little bit. Well, coming out of the halftime break, it was obviously they wanted Cameron Holmes to get the ball in his hands, this Arizona Unity team. Though he missed the shot, he did allow them to score. There's the big man we were talking about, Nigel Walls. There's the touch I was talking about too. Get him a touch early.
If you hit that move from 10 feet, you're going to be playing for whatever college you want to play at that length that he has. He certainly got his fair share of offers. Arkansas, Auburn, New Mexico, TCU amongst others. Drive down the lane, and again, it's not coming easy, but still it's buckets in succession now for Arizona Unity. Good find in the corner, not that time. Back for the loose ball, tracked down by Richardson. Holmes the other way, off the window, no, but did get bumped, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, transition. They're finally getting an opportunity to run the floor and play downhill towards the rim. Good job there on the missed shot. They ran the floor really, really well.
Some free throws coming up for Holmes. That's good. He's got 7. Free throws a problem in the first half for Arizona Unity. In our final broadcast today here on USA Basketball. We'll be back with you on Monday for the women's equivalent championships in 9th and 10th grade.
Okay, good zone right now being played by Arizona Unity. We'll see how good it is.
And the shot is good by Williams-Adams.
I got him down to Sebastian Adams. Don't know if he goes by a nickname Sebastian, but William may be his real name on the roster.
So he got the bucket to go. He's got 4. On the drive, Nigel Walls is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
We've solved the mystery. It's Williams Adams, Sebastian William Adams. Thank you.
He is ranked number 29 on 24/7 Sports. Sebastian ranked number 1 in Texas in his class. I thought it was Walls that was fouled. My apologies. It's Jacoby Coleman that will go to the line. Coleman from Plano, Texas, north suburb of Dallas, Liberty High School.
Okay, a little basketball case study now. How early do you take guys off the line? You've left your teammate there to shoot a free throw. I'm not picking sides, Jacoby Coleman on the line, but JL3 Elite decides to take both guys down. You never know, you can get a cheap rebound on a miss there. He makes the second. Just a little case study in basketball. When do you take the guys off the line and let just one guy be there on your team to shoot it?
House on the drive. Kalik House got it to go. He's got 7. And now a stop as well as steal.
So far that zone has really been effective.
Throw it up top and throw it down for McCoy.
Thank you very much, McCoy.
McCoy, UCLA, Arizona State, Cal amongst those, University of Louisville. And look at the player that will be just a sophomore in high school next year.
This 2-3 zone just seems to have JB or JL3 just standing, making lazy passes.
What it's also leading to is transition buckets. You said it's got to happen for Arizona Unity. It has, and here we are, partners, single digits.
Yeah,
it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, I would probably consider taking a timeout just to see if draw up a little bit better zone offense or make it a little bit sharper. Well, that helps.
You can also just knock down a jumper, and now here comes the timeout.
Yep, there's the timeout. Yep.
You know, it reminds me of a line from baseball where they'll tell you momentum is the next day's starting pitcher. Momentum in basketball is often, do you simply make a jump shot and just basic fundamental, square it up, catch, up in motion, and Coleman knocks down his second 3 of the ball game.
Well, and they turned it over the last 2 times against that zone just with sloppy passing, just not sharp passing. Drives coaches crazy. And good timeout there after getting that lead back up to double digits at 12. They had cut it to 9. Arizona Unity had. And you know, the thing is, how long can they stay in that zone with a shot clock? You can waste some time, but you know, you're down 12 points, double digits. You're not getting a lot of transition buckets. They got a few here to start the third quarter, or the second half, I should say, but not a lot since.
Already for Arizona Unity, they have scored 11 points in the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds after scoring 17 in the first 16 minutes. And they keep that up.
Tough shot.
McCoy
bailed him out.
Got fouled.
Creation with the foul. Creation with the foul. Yeah.
So McCoy will shoot 2. I mentioned most of the schools that are recruiting him at this point. Not all. But left that one short. And this one may come down to free throws for Arizona Unity. Take a look at the contact that drew the foul. And makes 1 of 2. So McCoy's got 7.
Okay, full court press, 1-2-2, full court pressure. Trying to get a 10-second count.
Penetration for three. Not that time, but
Wow.
Walls using that size and finishes.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get more touches just because I like to see what his decision making is when he gets the ball there. Good offensive rebound there. Problem isn't a press, and going to go back to the line for two more. It's going to be McCoy. Problem with the press, Greg, is it takes you out of rebounding positions. If they do shoot a quick shot, your guys have to really make a hard effort to get your rear ends back and block out. Rear ends back, into the lane to block out.
Well, what you're seeing from Arizona Unity, we talked about it, getting in transition, trying to pick up some steals. They found a way to get to the rim every time down, and that was not happening in half number one.
Oh, the length and the just defensive athleticism JL3 possessed that first half dug the big hole, the 15-point halftime deficit. Waiting for a lane violation call. Yep, it'll happen.
One more shot.
Yeah, we had someone prematurely go in the lane, and McCoy was waiting. Do I still shoot it, or and yeah, you still get the opportunity to shoot it. And if you don't make it, you get to shoot it again.
He connects on that one. He's got 9.
1-2-2.
McGee and Cadenhouse currently out of the lineup for Arizona Unity. They will check back in next stoppage in play.
Falling back to a 2-3, so they didn't get the 10-second count. They really didn't put any hard traps on. Just wanted to see if JL3 would get lazy with the basketball. They didn't that time.
Deep three, no problem, Pinkins. Perhaps Steph Curry has forever changed what we call deep threes at this point. Seemingly anything across half court is now in range. Peterson for three. Brendan Peterson gets his first bucket to go.
Well, he came off ready to shoot that on that right baseline. Okay, soft press again, 1-2-2. About 7 seconds before they got it across. You get 10.
All tipped away. Holmes pulls up just before the scorer's table. That got everybody's attention here along press row. Holmes going to break. Kalik House going to breather as well. Again, just 7-man roster. 9 on the roster, 2 players injured. Couldn't be here for Arizona Unity. Another long distance dedication that goes. There's in the gym range and there's in the town range. Both of those on display by Christian Jones.
Yeah, I'd still rather stay in that zone as long as I can when I'm in striking range and see if they can make a long range shot like that.
Yeah, if somebody's going to beat you with 30 footers, I'm not sure there's much you can do.
No.
On the drive, the bucket is good by McCoy. He's now getting going. He's got 11, and Unity has already bested what they scored in the first half here in half number 2.
3-on-1.
They'll throw it up top.
Oh.
Great job by Jones, though.
Yep, Jones got both hands up.
But then he lost it. Peterson, Richardson, bucket. Richardson with 6. 10-point game. All alone for 3 in the baseline corner, does not go. This is starting to speed up JL3 Elite a little bit. Chance to make it single digits again. House. Ball movement crisp for Arizona Unity. Take to the bucket. Foul is called again. Wave off the flush. Foul on the first shot. Free throws coming up. I could see where Mapier Maker is tough to shoot over for Arizona Unity, because from our broadcast location, when Mapier is doing what he should be doing and being a good teammate, I've got to see over 7'1" to see the action.
You know, I'm watching the monitor an awful lot when they have the ball down at their end, because I just can't see between their coaching staff and Maber. Wow.
I will not play the role of an official and give him the wave down. I'm all for being a good teammate and standing up. I'll figure out a way to work around it. McCoy has seemingly figured out his issues from the free throw line as he's starting to knock him down with more regularity. Of course, up at the broadcast, jinx right on him. I'm sorry, young man. My fault.
Okay, they're jumping right into the 1-2 on the miss, which is not easy to do.
It's working, though. It's what they have to do to get back in the game. They're back in it now. Can they keep this momentum going?
Yeah, got back to single digits, down 15 at half.
Offense has almost been exclusively outside the arc for JL3 Elite. Now they get an elbow touch, and that doesn't go. That was Henderson. 3 for Peterson. Got it.
2 in a row from that dead corner
and
on the right side.
A 6-point game. Momentary stop because the net got caught up on the rim. Peterson using all the real estate of the court. Great job to show that his toes were down, his heels were up above that sideline. Almost a steal.
It
is a steal. It will be.
Could be Arizona basketball.
Foul, but it will be Arizona Unity basketball.
Arizona Unity basketball there. Boy, the good job by. They're just doing a really good job with that half court, 3/4 court, 1-2-2 full court pressure. And there you were there. She is Johnny on the spot with any kind of moisture on the floor. Doing a great job.
No problem getting her steps in today. All over it. Offensive foul to get free from the screen. So Peterson called for the offensive foul.
Well, it happened so quick. My guess is he used his hands a little bit too much on that screen.
Deep 3 again. And again, you make a couple of those, turns into fool's gold.
Yeah, turns into fool's gold. I was going to say the same thing.
They have been settling for nothing but threes. Peterson will pull and hit the floater.
Boy, has he picked it up. All 8 points here in the second half.
How about that young man? 4-point game now. A rare breakdown of the press as Collins gets his second basket. And now JL3 Elite will ask for time.
Well, good job by JL3 of getting the ball out of the basket and beating Arizona Unity down the floor before they could get that press set up, because this really played havoc with them, causing this game to be much closer than we were thinking it may be the second half. Good job by this Arizona Unity team to fight back and hang in there.
On Monday, they have won by as many as 23. And they were leading by double digits for a good chunk of this game. That is now down to a 6-point lead.
JL3 Elite going to put on their 1-2-2. First time we've seen them press in the contest. Peterson breaks it easily. And they're going to fall back into a 2-3 zone. Had to see if they matched with the cutter, which they did. Almost a 1-2-2 zone now, actually. They're just matched with the spots on the floor. Zone defense.
Holmes will fire and miss it. Shot clock was in single digits. Ball finds Peterson. He made his last two from the baseline corner. Could not make that one.
Ooh.
2 and done that time for Arizona Unity. Williams-Adams the target, but taken away. Good read by House. House going 84 feet. Blocked by Henderson. Look ahead pass. Again, big runs the floor. You reward him. Good bucket and a foul for Sebastian Williams-Adams.
Reward the big man for running the floor here. First, there's the block. Good block.
Good
there you see the
by
finish.
Michael Collins.
Yep, very nice pass by Michael Collins. They had good spacing on the floor. You want to get about 10-foot spacing on a fast break on your two wings at least. You got to spread that defense out and make the defender guard either you if you have the ball, or when they do guard you, to have that 10-foot outlet pass for the guy trailing for the layup and shot there.
Williams-Adams a miss from the free throw lot. Both teams extending their pressure to the three-quarter court. And the 30-second shot clock era, I'm a big fan of that. Shot left short. Henderson, jump ball. And the arrow will go to JL3 Elite. I have these philosophical conversations with my partners in college basketball a lot. I'd play at least 2-2-1 or 1-2-2 almost every possession, just to slow you down, not to speed you up, to slow you down, to give you less time to get in your half-court set.
Like that too. Good skip pass, middle's open.
Henderson squares, got shot blocked. That was House that got hand on ball. Weaving through traffic, Williams-Adams affected the shot. Henderson the rebound. Now it's get up and go. 3v2. Peterson with his hand in the cookie jar. Let's see if it's on the floor or on the shot. On the floor.
On the floor, yep, on the floor.
Just the 15 foul, so no free throws coming up just yet. McCoy will check back in. Peterson will check out and gets a nice round of applause from the coaching staff as they exit. We got people standing in a ring kind of 2 or 3 deep around this court for the 10th grade championship.
Oh, there's games on the 15 other courts also. Just basketball hoop heaven here in Memphis at the Sports and Event Center here.
Deep three again, no. But this time the weak side glass collected by Coleman. He traveled before he went up with it. Sands of the hourglass starting to fly through a little bit.
Well, still only an 8-point deficit, plenty of time. They just need to, they've not been able to keep a constant flow offensively. Playing downhill, there's the lob.
Throw it up top, and House never could collect it. On the drive, scoop and score. Great body control by Pinkins to kind of use his body to shield the defender, and he's at 18.
Yeah, that was the reverse finger roll because he used that shoulders to allow it not to be blocked.
Deep three, no. Long a rebound. Collected by Kalik House.
I think you're going to call Henderson on a reach.
Yep. 15 foul against JL3 Elite.
Yeah, there's Shelton Henderson right there. Okay, JL, yep.
On the drive, put it down. McCoy with the flush.
That was not very good defense by JL3 there. Let him step through the center of that zone and get the easy slam dunk foul really quick at the other end. But hanging in there at 8-point lead. Let's take a look at the replay. Center guy Pinkins just did not. Actually, look around. He was kind of shocked the ball was in play that fast. So he was flat-footed, and the result was a slam dunk.
Stepped up to a three. That does not go. Pinkins just stepped back in for the out-of-bounds pass. Just couldn't finish. He's got 18 to lead all scores. At the other end, Richardson lays it up and in.
Yeah, Jackson's been kind of quiet this second half. We called his name a lot in the first.
He's got 8.
2-3 zone, just gonna live and die on that three. They're hoping. JL3 just lives and dies on it. Right now they're dying. They have a chance to cut to 4 or 3 with the three.
Good pick up by JL3. Finding the corner, Holmes making a 1-possession game. Doesn't go, and now the look-ahead pass, and Pinkins a 1-on-none. Just casually slams it home. I like his game, Pete.
Oh, I do too.
You can tell he's a coach's kid. Just knows exactly where to be.
Oh.
Foul.
Yeah, JL3 does not need fouls right now. The clock is on their side. Keep it running, get back on defense.
Just the 16th foul.
You see Caden House there. Caden has not had a lot of touches. He just missed that alley-oop 2 possessions ago. Not a lot of touches offensively. Opportunities to score.
Waiting for a player to tuck in a jersey. Hence the momentary delay. C kind of parts from McCoy and missed a bunny.
Got to make that if you're going to get back in this. You're in it, but you're going to have a chance.
Henderson.
Got deflected.
Williams-Adams. Foul. And we'll see 2 free throws coming up, but I think the issue isn't the block call here. It's the whatever that was that Henderson was doing that.
Well, in the officials,
get away with.
In the officials' eyes, they thought there was deflection. There was a touch of the ball, which allows them then to go ahead and get the possession back and keep the basketball, and that's what he's explaining to him right now.
Williams-Adams collects. He's got 7. In Houston, Kansas, K-State, LSU, Texas A&M, Rice amongst those that are looking at the 6'8 junior to be at St. John's School. Goes 1 for 2. And a foul going to be called against JL3 Elite the other direction.
I think they're going to call on Christian Jones for
the
hold. So that gives a stoppage of play and gives them a chance to get a couple points without having to burn any time on the clock here.
Nigel Walls will check back in. I want to thank Jordan Shue as well as Alan Hughes and the rest of our ISC Sports Network crew producing today's game. We'll all reconvene here on Monday when the women's championships for 9th grade and 10th grade take place. Free throw made by Richardson.
Okay, I would expect as Arizona U to get into a press right away if he knocks his shot in, even if he doesn't knock it in.
Loose ball, eventually tracked down by JL3 Elite. Throw it up top. Good collection.
A great collection.
Pinkins with 22.
Pinkins wanted to slam it, but he knew the pass wasn't on the mark enough to do it. Had the composure to pull it back down and go back up with it.
And now for the first time in a little bit, it's back to a double-digit lead. Took a lot of energy for Arizona Unity with a 7-man roster to kind of climb the mountain. House, good block-to-block pass, blocked by Pinkins, recovery, and House scores. Caden House gets the bucket. And a timeout called by Arizona Unity. It's an 8-point game with 4:19 left to go. Well, Pete, overall, kind of your thoughts on the talent that we have seen in these two these games on the ISC Sports Network. It was wonderful to see him and catch him before today's game.
Okay, big moment here. Timeout, 4:19 to go. They're going to change defense. They're going to play man-to-man full court pressure, and they're not going to guard the ball. So they're going to double the point guard, try not to let him get it. He does eventually get it. They should set it up. I thought they were going to probably trap on the first.
Henderson went flying, but he's all right. Jones in traffic, tough shot. And then House wrestles it away.
The press won that time because he got Jones to take a really quick shot because he beat the press. He thought, boy, okay, and he never got his composure. Now let's see if it pays off for Arizona Unity with a good shot.
On the take, McCoy, well done. McCoy was 16.
Okay, again, man pressure, no traps yet. Just trying to get them out of their offense here by guarding them full court. See if they can take a bad shot. It worked last possession. 6-point game.
The pull from 15.
Bad shot, bad shot. Again, full court pressure, picking it up defensively. Here comes Unity.
Down the lane, got it.
4-point game.
Cameron Holmes, the bucket, he's got 9. And 4 is as close as Unity has been. They got here one other time. 4 has been as close as they have been through the contest.
2 bad decisions offensively by JL3 Elite. And we got a ball game, folks.
The pull, got it. And there have been some tough shots that have bailed out JL3 Elite. That's one of them.
I'm not going to say it's a bad shot because it went in. That's the only reason I'm not saying it. When you don't get anybody else to touch it but you the whole possession, not sure that's a good shot. But he made it, and great players make shots like that.
So back to a 6-point game. Holmes from the free throw line. Peterson, he's made a couple of those. He's made another, a 3. He's got 11 points all in the second half. It is a 1-score game.
Closest it's been, Greg, since about maybe 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Drive and kick. Pinkins up and under.
Good step through.
No. Good look that wouldn't go. And that will be a foul, which means free throws at the other end. 1 plus the bonus coming up.
Well, you got to give credit to Arizona Unity. They've been really sluggish and lethargic. And boy, the pressure has really caused JL3 to jumpstart them on offense. Big shout out to Brennan Peterson, has 11 points here in the second half. You see him right there. He's had a wonderful second half for the Arizona Unity team.
Free throw, good. House has been somewhat quiet.
I didn't score in the first half.
Kalick with 9, Caden with 3. And a chance to make this a 1-point game.
How about that?
Man, he thought he missed it.
Well, I thought he was almost over the line before it went
was
through the net.
chasing it, absolutely.
We got an ankle. Oh, got a wet spot.
Yep. Hence the reason for the delay. Want to make sure all precautions are taken.
Okay, full court pressure on the side. Sometimes that can be even more difficult to get the ball in bounds if they denied it. Okay, decision, shot selection, decision here. What's it going to be? Turnover.
Taken away. Chance for Arizona Unity to go in front. Peterson leaves
my.
it. Richardson dunks it.
Arizona is in the lead, Greg.
First lead of the second half. On the drive, Williams-Adams got it right back.
Boy.
There have been some degree of difficulty shots for JL3 Elite in this game today. But Arizona Unity trailed by nearly 20 points. Great find by Peterson. Richardson now with 11.
Yeah, arguably the shortest player on the floor, at least for Arizona Unity, that is. Brennan Richardson is.
Championship trophy presentation. Players from both sides will get medals for making the championship game of the 10th grade division.
Okay, so JL3 is going to go with full court pressure, just token. Just token, come down and show it and then go it, kind of. Show and go. See what they drew out of the timeout here. High post screen in the center. Nope. Denied it.
Shot clock at 17. Holmes in a tough spot.
You may want to call a timeout here. You're not going to get the shot you're going to get. I know they only have one, but big possession here.
McCoy, the step back, no.
Yeah.
Pinkins, the rebound.
Now they got to do something defensively. Arizona, that is. JL3 Elite with the ball.
Williams-Adams. Good find. Good take. Henderson blocked. Clean block by House. 2v1. Holmes races back. Scores it. Holmes with 11, and it's back to a 1-point lead for Arizona Unity. Williams-Adams, what a move. Oh my goodness. At that size, come on. You're not supposed to be able to stop like that quickly when you're that big.
Wow.
He's got 11 as well, 65-64. All of a sudden, this has gotten interesting down the stretch. McCoy takes the bump off the window.
Ooh,
no,
that's going to be a goaltend.
Interference, yep. Ball was knocked out of the cylinder.
I think we'll see what.
So good bucket.
Yep.
Good bucket for McCoy.
You and I both saw it. I'm not sure everybody could see, but we had a great angle to see that ball was still in the cylinder. And we will see it because our cameras are everywhere.
Ball was knocked away as it was, again, in the cylinder.
Yep.
There was contact with the net, and that's enough.
No, okay, that was it. Okay. Ball was in the cylinder and the net contact. There you go.
66-65.
2-3 zone. They're willing to give up a long three and not an inside shot. There's the three.
You want a three, Pinkins will give it to you. Missed it. Ball tipped away. Jones able to track it down. Extra pass. Williams-Adams got fouled.
Jump ball.
No, jump ball. Jump ball. And the arrow points to Arizona Unity. Clean block.
Yep. Okay. Quick steal or a foul right now if you're JL3 Elite.
And now you have the option of advancing the ball here. And so let's see if they take advantage of this. Arizona Unity will take their last time out. And again, great job by both Jackson Richardson and our camera crew, because we had the view from behind the play.
Right.
But clearly that view was correct. Had nothing but basketball did Richardson.
Yep.
So
No.
final timeout for Arizona Unity. One more remaining for JL3 Elite. And already before that timeout was being called, coaching staff for JL3 said, hey, foul here. In other words, they don't feel they got time for the trap. They will foul.
There's another good look at it. Richardson flies over.
All
ball.
Spot on.
Super call there. Yep.
And again, as we referenced, you could advance the ball. So instead of having to bring it length to the court, they will advance the ball into the half court.
See if they break someone back in the backcourt. The danger is a steal. The other thing is, though, it does get you more
time kill, more space. Yep,
that's what they tried to do. The first option was that. They got to foul real quick. They did.
So 0.8 of a second come off the clock on the foul. It is 1 plus the bonus, 19 foul for JL3 Elite. And so McCoy, it is made more than he has missed, but he's missed a couple. He'll have 1 plus the bonus trying to ice the game. Now JL3 Elite, if there is a miss here, can again take a timeout and advance the ball and shorten this. Even on a make, they can take a timeout if they so choose. Missed it. Rebound, timeout.
There you go.
And so now they will move the ball. And obviously are they going to call a foul first? I think it's a time. They're going to call a foul, but it's going to be a foul.
Got a foul. Yep. Okay.
A foul.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Oh, my. That was ill-advised.
Well, immediately House taps the chest, says, my fault. He lost track of time and score, and he was going for the foul. And so forget the timeout. Now it's 1 plus the bonus.
Well,
1 to tie it, 2 to potentially go in front for Shelton Henderson.
This strangely may work out if Henderson doesn't make the free throws. 1 plus.
The crowd continues to grow. No problem for Henderson.
Oh.
And again, Arizona Unity is out of timeouts, so they can advance the ball here. Henderson simply asked for a towel to kind of wipe some of the perspiration off his hands. So the potential winner right here. Makes it calmly. No, JL Elite does not want a timeout.
No.
They don't want to give Unity the free timeout.
They don't, but this kind of helps them set up their defense a little bit more.
Inadvertent whistle.
The official thought he wanted the timeout because he called it on the foul at the other end. Here we go.
Hand off to Holmes. Holmes drives length the floor. Holmes off the window. Does not go. And JL3 Elite survives and wins the 10th grade championship of the U.S. Open. Tremendous comeback by Arizona Unity. They get a bit of a break. This JL3 Elite late. And how about Shelton Henderson calmly hitting 2 free throws to help win a championship. And that ball just a little bit strong from Cameron Holmes. Great battle by the young men from Arizona. But JL3 Elite wins your 10th grade division. Pete, your thoughts on this one?
Well, Sebastian William Adams did a great job of not fouling there, but that's as hard as you can contest without fouling. It was a shot he had to take. What a great comeback by Arizona Unity. JL3 Elite, 15-point halftime lead, but Arizona Unity outscored them 49-35 to get in this position to have a shot to win the game.
There are multiple players that are going to, at some point, a couple of years from now, maybe 3, play major college basketball out of both of these teams. But I was very impressed by Henderson, by Pinkins, by Williams-Adams. This is a really wonderfully talented team and very much a deserving champion here of the 10th grade boys division.
Yeah, I tell you, they played super defense the first half, holding this Arizona team to 17 points. Second half, Arizona got their transition going through putting on pressure defense, both full court and half court. They got better shots, and it came down to the last shot. Again, one more shout out to Brendan Peterson, who was a big spark for this Arizona team in the second half, but just super play by Pinkins, Williams-Adams, just a lot of guys really stepping up for JL3 for the victory.
Some of the scoring in this game, again, Anderson finished with 9, Pinkins a game high 22. Christian Jones would add 9 points of his own. Michael Collins 4, Nigel Wall 6, Colby Coleman 7, and Sebastian Williams-Adams with 11 for the winners from JL3 Elite. Partner, let's do this again in 4 days, shall we?
We will, back here at the beautiful Memphis Sports and Event Center.
We will be here for the women's division, the 9th and 10th graders, coming up on Monday morning. Be sure you join us then. For Pete Smith and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Goodbye from Memphis, and thanks for joining us for the U.S. Open Basketball Championships on USA Basketball's YouTube.